There is a silent verdict delivered in every human interaction, and it happens before a single word is spoken, before you introduce yourself, before you explain your value, before your intelligence has any chance to speak. The judgment has already been made. The human brain scans you, categorizes you, and decides where you belong in the hierarchy: weak or strong, relevant or disposable, threat or prey. This is not cruelty in the moral sense. It is biology, and biology does not negotiate. If you appear diminished, the world responds by diminishing you further. If you look uncertain, the world senses blood in the water. It does not matter how capable you are. It does not matter how hard you have worked. If your appearance signals scarcity, the environment will treat you as surplus. 500 years ago, Machiavelli warned that most people judge by what they see, not by what is real. He observed that the majority never experience who you truly are. They only experience the image you project. And because the world is largely governed by this majority, appearances become destiny. You have felt this without having words for it. You enter a room and feel invisible. Conversations move past you. Opportunities pass over you. Meanwhile, others with less competence, less integrity, and less intelligence are welcomed forward, not because they deserve it, but because they look like they belong. This is not misfortune. This is perception physics. Poverty, in the psychological sense, is not defined by the absence of money. It is defined by the presence of vulnerability. Humans are predators by inheritance. We instinctively avoid weakness and exploit it when it is safe to do so. When you look depleted, you signal risk. When you look uncertain, you signal opportunity for exploitation. This is why people who appear poor are ignored, underpaid, overcharged, and easily dismissed. Not because they lack worth, but because they lack deterrence. The greatest misunderstanding people carry is believing the world is unjust. The world is not unjust, it is efficient. It does not want to investigate your potential. It wants shortcuts. Your appearance is that shortcut. When you present yourself with slumped posture, apologetic movements, careless grooming, and nervous energy, you are delivering a verdict against yourself. You are telling others that you have already surrendered, and they accept your surrender without hesitation. People do not resent poverty because of money. They resent it because it reminds them of loss, of stagnation, of failure. And humans instinctively distance themselves from symbols of failure to protect their own psychological safety. When someone sees a man who appears neglected, exhausted, or defeated, they do not wonder about his ideas. They do not consider his inner world. They conserve energy by labeling him and moving on. And if that man is you, the world does not apologize for it. We comfort ourselves with noble lies. We say that authenticity matters more than image. We say that comfort is freedom. We say that caring about appearance is shallow. These are coping narratives, not truths. Comfort dulls sharpness. Authenticity without authority is ignored. And neglecting your appearance is not humility, it is self-sabotage. The Horn effect explains this perfectly. When one visible trait appears negative, the mind assumes the rest are as well. If your clothing looks careless, your competence is questioned. If your posture looks weak, your leadership is doubted. If your grooming signals disorder, your discipline is dismissed. The visual becomes evidence of the internal. To neglect your appearance is to misrepresent your own value, and the world believes the lie you tell about yourself. This is why resources flow toward those who look like they do not need them. Walk into a financial institution looking desperate, and you will be treated as a liability. Walk in looking composed, measured, and indifferent to outcome, and suddenly doors open. People do not help those who need help. They help those who look capable of survival. This is not cruelty. This is pattern recognition. When you look diminished, you are asking for charity. Charity is given reluctantly and withdrawn quickly. When you look formidable, you are offering alliance. Alliance attracts investment. This is the core of Machiavellian pragmatism. The mask precedes the crown. The appearance summons the reality. To refuse this game is not virtue. It is arrogance disguised as purity. The world does not owe you the labor of discovering your worth. It is your responsibility to display it. Machiavelli advised leaders to conceal disadvantage and project advantage without hesitation. Hunger must look like fullness. Anxiety must look like composure. Scarcity must look like control. Because the moment others sense need, the hunt begins. The animal brain never left civilization. Hierarchies exist because they must. Every species organizes itself around status, and humans are no exception. The difference is that our battles are psychological, not physical. A wounded animal invites attack. A limping signal invites predation. When you look poor, you are limping socially. You signal that retaliation is unlikely. You signal isolation. You signal low risk. This is why exploitation flows downward. Merchants cheat those who look defenseless. Employers underpay those who appear desperate. Institutions neglect those who lack visual authority. Appearance is armor. It forces hesitation, and hesitation is power. In that brief moment when someone wonders who you are, what you know, and what consequences might follow if they mistreat you, the balance shifts in your favor. Argue with this if you want, but arguing with reality does not change gravity. Machiavelli did not describe the world as it should be. He described the world as it is. The lie that appearance does not matter was invented to soothe the invisible. Character determines retention, but appearance determines access. Your inner world is the product. Your outer world is the marketing. If you would not package something valuable in filth, why would you do it to yourself? When you sharpen your exterior, your interior responds. Discipline on the surface trains discipline underneath. Stand straight and your mind follows. Dress deliberately and your thoughts slow down. Care for details and your decision-making sharpens. This is not vanity. This is alignment. Confidence does not precede action. Action precedes confidence. You do not wait to feel powerful before looking powerful. You look powerful until power becomes natural. Every day you cast yourself into a role: victim, observer, participant, or architect. Your clothing, posture, gaze, and silence decide the role before you speak. The poverty gaze gives you away instantly. Broken eye contact, excessive smiling, nervous movement, over-explaining, these are signals of submission. You cannot fake authority while broadcasting apology. Even expensive items cannot hide scarcity if your body language contradicts them. Wealth is calm. Power is slow. Abundance does not rush. Noise is one of the clearest signals of poverty. The need to fill silence. The impulse to explain. The urge to confess struggles. Silence creates mystery. Mystery creates projection. Projection creates power. When you speak less, others perform more. They try to impress you. They reveal themselves. They fill the vacuum you create. This principle extends online. Oversharing signals desperation. Constant posting signals hunger. Scarcity creates value. Control your visibility. Looking powerful does not require money. It requires maintenance, cleanliness, order, precision. A pressed shirt outperforms a designer garment worn carelessly. Discipline is free. Neglect is expensive. Broken things damage the psyche. Living with broken objects trains acceptance of decay. Fix what you can. Hide what you cannot. Do not advertise disorder. Curate your environment. Curate your associations. You are judged by proximity. If you surround yourself with defeat, defeat transfers visually. This is not about loyalty. This is about optics. When you move among the capable, capability reflects onto you. When you remove poverty signals from your life, something strange happens. Opportunity increases. Respect follows. Resources arrive, not by magic, but by mechanics. You are treated differently, so you act differently. You negotiate harder. You tolerate less. You walk away when necessary. The mask reshapes the man. This is the final paradox. By refusing to look poor, you eventually stop being poor. The world is desperate for certainty. It gravitates toward anything that looks stable, controlled, and inevitable. When you project that image, doors open that were never meant for you. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Very few ever experience what you truly are. So give them an image worth believing in. Do not wait for success to justify confidence. Wear the crown before the gold arrives. Kings are crowned before they rule. Now ask yourself this honestly. How many opportunities have passed you by? Not because you lacked ability, but because you did not look like someone worth betting on. If this changed the way you see yourself, make sure you support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. And tell me in the comments, what is the first signal of poverty you are going to eliminate from your life starting today? Your attention matters here. This channel is for those who refuse to remain invisible. If you want to understand power the way it actually works, stay close.